Okay, welcome everybody to my Forex bootcamp training held every Saturday. Today I had to start a little later because I had to run an errand. I usually start at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it's now about 1 something now. So we're going to get started. I have one of my colleagues on the line here because I do these Zoom trainings from Qatar, with a Q. He told me it's with a Q. And it's actually 8 p.m. where he's at. So it's 1 p.m. here. I'm glad to have him on. He wanted me to go over Bitcoin, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go over Bitcoin and try to make some predictions. Now, what you see in front of you is the chart. And again, if you're new to my channel, because I normally put this on my YouTube channel, so hit the subscription button, and then you can also share these videos with your colleagues, friends, and family members that are also interested in learning how to trade, whether it's the Forex market, the cryptocurrency market, the stock market. All of these lessons that I put on my channel can be used in any market because all you really got to do is just analyze the charts and mark up your charts and try to make predictions for yourself. And if your prediction's right, you make money. If your prediction's wrong, you lose money. But this is a 50-50. But with practice, and I mean a lot of practice, and with reading certain books, like if you go to my website at Metro FX traders.com, you'll see an audiobook that I put on my website that you guys can watch about candlesticks. It's really important that you learn about Candlestick Bible. And you can also go to that site to watch my latest videos and trainings. So you can always bookmark that website in your computer. But it's really important to practice and back test and create a trading strategy for yourself, a trading plan. Because without a trading plan, you can look at this chart here that I have on Bitcoin. This is BTCUSD, and it looks like nothing really. It's like what's in front of me? It's hieroglyphics, right? No, it's actually a chart of Bitcoin, and as you can see, looking at the 4-hour chart, and I'm actually on TradingView. You're going to need a copy of TradingView. It's absolutely free. Click on the link on my website, create an account, and go to the section where it talks about charting. And this is a chart on BTC USD. So you're always actually trading two currencies, right? Bitcoin versus the United States dollar. This is a very active um, pair, so to speak. Excuse me. And in this pair, what we do as analysis, on how we do our analysis, we do a top-down analysis, right? We look at, the 4-hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, and we try to enter the market in the 5 minute to see if we see any setups. Okay. So it's a top-down analysis. You want to know the overall trend of the market. And if you look at this 4-hour chart right here, the very first thing you want to do is that you have to ask yourself is, okay, is this an uptrend or is this a downtrend? Okay. Now it's going to be patterns you're going to need to know as well. Those patterns is you need to study those patterns because when you see those patterns, those are potential setups. Okay. You're going to also need to understand the trend. What trend the market's in? Is it an uptrend or is it a downtrend? So that's the very first question you need to ask yourself. Does the market look like it's trending upward, making higher highs, right? Higher high, higher low, lower lows, higher high, lower lows, higher high, lower lows. As you can see, in the market, if we take this tool here, okay, which can be found on the left panel here, right? This tool is this one right here, right? It's called the path tool. You click on that. I normally lock it up so I can consistently use it. So you see it started down here and it made a higher high, right? Right here. Then it made a low, right? So you can go to this low right here. Then it made another high. So this high is higher than this high. So what I'm looking at is the market structure, right? Charting out the structure to see if I can see if this market is going to continue to go higher, because this high is higher than this high. So it's a higher high right there, right? And then you have a low. This low is a higher low because this low is higher than this low. Okay. So we're actually charting out the structure of the market right now. So I normally chart out my charts like this. Okay, now this low right here is lower or higher than this low right here. Okay, so we'll continue to chart it out. All right, get back to the tool. Now, as you can see, it starts to phase out a little bit, right? Starts to phase out. Starts to phase out. It's doing that. Oh, it's not working. These things happen, especially when you're training. It's doing its own thing. It's that and delete this. Okay, go back to the tool. There we go. Back to the path tool. There we go. Okay, so what happens now, as you can see, this high, well, it's not actually high, it didn't go higher than this over here. Okay, so we're starting to see a change in structure. And this low is still higher than this low, right? But it still didn't break above this high right here, as you can see. Okay, but what happens is it made another low here. Okay, and then it started to go down, right? And look what's going on here. This low now is a little lower than this low right here, as you can see. So this low is telling us there's going to be a change in the market structure. Okay, so now it's trending lower. Okay, so that's how you would actually do this. So whenever you actually are charting up the chart and you put these lines that I put here, you're looking for structure of the market. Okay, and you just try to see, okay, is it going to continue to go higher, or is it going to do a market change? Because you can see 1, 2, 3. This is a triple top right here, so that's why I said you have to know your patterns as well. If you know this is a triple top, usually a triple top is a reversal in the market, so that's how you would chart that out. Okay, now that we have an idea that the market did break structure, okay, we're going to actually now go to lower time frames. Okay, because this is where the low is right here. So the minute the market starts going lower than this line right here is a market structure shift. Okay, that's your market structure shift because it couldn't go any higher than what you see here. And then this particular low, okay, you put a line right here, like a horizontal line, and then you start to monitor the direction of the trend. So it's no longer doing a higher high where it was high here, high there, right? There was 3 high points. But then there was a market structure shift because it couldn't go any higher than this high, okay? And then we have, we have to fix this here. One top here and one top here and one top here. So we call those 3 tops. So the market got up to those 3 tops here. So triple top, okay? And once you have a triple top, typically in a triple top is a market reversal, okay? All right, so write down that down in your notes. When you see a triple top, okay, usually it's going to be a market reversal, okay? Now, what we have to do now is try to find our entries. Like, how are we going to enter this market now? Now that we know that it's trending lower, how do we actually enter this market? Okay, what do we need to look for? Okay, all right, now you go down to the lower time frames. And you start to open up the chart to see, okay, what are the candles telling me? So this is really important. Now you have to get into like candle reading, right? You open it up and you try to analyze what the candles are saying here. So as you can see, we got a rejection from the line that we put here, right? Now you could call this resistance, right? the market went up to resistance, and you want to put your support line down on the bottom, right? Right, right here. So you have resistance right here, is usually at the top, and then you have your support down here. Okay. So this is your area of opportunity. You got to find out what's going on in this area, but we already know that the shift in structure, and we're in a downtrend. So now all we're looking for is an opportunity to get into the market for a sell. Okay. You want to ride the market going down. Okay. Now, that was the 1 hour. So we're going to go and take a look to see if we can find like a gap, right? A fair value gap within the structure of the market, right? Because whenever there's a gap, the market has to fill the gap between two areas, okay? So if we're looking at this let's look at it, the 30-minute, we try to see if there's any gaps between these candles. Now, a gap is two candles like that are not touching, right? That are not touching. So let me share with you what a gap is. All right. Now, we see this candle here, white candle. We see a push up, right? But then we see, if we put a box, okay, on this candle right here, this candle right here, 1, 2, 3, right here. Okay, this candle, this white candle, this bullish candle right here, okay, and then you see this candle right here, there was a gap, okay, because those two candles didn't touch, although you had this black candle in the middle. But if I remove the box and delete it, you see that this wick on this candle and this wick on this candle didn't come down and touch each other. So that's what we call a value gap. So when you start seeing things like that, you want to mark it up and say to yourself, okay, the market has to come back and fill that gap before it continues its journey upward, right? Okay. All right. That's when you're looking for buys. Okay. But we're looking for sells. So we're going to take a and eliminate this. And what we're looking for is an opportunity to sell the market because we show that the market structure shift has changed for a downtrend. Okay. So now let's go to the 15-minute and see if we could find off of resistance, see if we can find any gaps. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Let's go to a lower time frame, 5 minutes. Okay, so it becomes crystal clear in 5 minutes. Okay. And also keep in mind when I talk about, finding patterns and stuff like that, you can also see here a reversal pattern in this pattern right here called a head and shoulders. It's important that you guys understand and learn what a head and shoulders is. Okay. So the head and shoulders is a reversal pattern as well. Okay. So if you can actually look at with my blind eye here, I marked up the head and shoulders and it's right here. Left shoulder, head, bounce off resistance, right? And heading towards support. Right shoulder, okay, came up to the right shoulder, which is a little bit above this one here. But as you can see, it started to trend lower because we know that it's bouncing off resistance, right? So as you can see, right here, there's a black candle forming, which is trending lower. So we're getting close to our entries. That would have been a perfect time to enter off of this because if on a head and shoulder, on the bottom of the head and shoulder, you're going to put a line because that's where the pretty much structured the head and shoulder. So it's actually bouncing off this line right here. Okay. All right. So let's go down to the 1 minute time frame and see what's going on here. Okay. So the 1 minute time frame, on the top of that line, you see a reversal candle, which is a doji. Okay. It was trending higher. The doji presented itself and now it's trending lower. So it would have been a perfect time to enter the market when you saw that doji. So I would have probably entered here at this particular candle. Okay. And then try to write it down to the next level of support. Okay. The next level of support, you've already put a line here, is all the way down here. Okay. That would be the next level of support based on the higher time frames. Okay. Now, but let's take a look and open this up. See, the head and shoulders are still there, so that's pretty nice. All right, so let's see if we can find any gaps within the structure here. Now we're in the 1 minute time frame. You guys probably already see them already because you've been following my training. All right. Okay. So what do we see here? On the right shoulder, when it started to trend lower, we see this black candle, and we see this candle with a wick that's sticking out of the candle right here. You skip this candle and you see another wick right here, right? This is where we find the fair value gap right there. All right, so that's your fair value gap. So what happens is, again, it's got to come back up and fill the fair value gap or get into it and trend lower. Okay, that's the fair value gap. Now, what I like to do is put a line inside the fair value gap right towards the middle. All right, towards the middle to see if it would bounce off the middle of the fair value gap. Okay, because if you were to put your stop loss above and it goes above the fair value gap, then it stops you out, right? We're looking for down, we're looking for sells. We're looking for sells. So that was a fair value gap. Now let's see if we can find another fair value gap over here. There's another one. Right on this candle and at that candle right there. As you can see, it came up, filled the fair value gap, and you could put another line in the middle of that. Okay, right in the middle, roughly. Matter of fact, not only did it come up and fill the gap, it came all the way down and came back up into the gap. Okay, all right. And then you could have put either an order here, place an order here, got out down here, wait for it to come back and see if it's gonna surpass the fair value gap, which it didn't. It presented a doji right here. Okay. And now we're just waiting to see, okay, if it's gonna break above this fair value gap, because two things can happen here. Two things can happen. It could surpass this fair value gap and go into this fair value gap and touch it again. It looks like it wants to. So let's see what happens. This is the 1 minute 1 minute chart. Okay. Now, if we were to take a look at this. There is another inverted head and shoulder right here. Okay. So when you see an inverted head and shoulders, it means it's pushing higher, right? There's an inverted head and shoulders. Okay. So if you saw this develop, okay, you'll notice that it's trending higher here. But remember, you really don't want to be on two sides of the market. You want to try to stick to one side of the market. So I'm looking for sells. Okay. But if you're savvy, you could place a buy order down here and roll it all the way up here. That's up to you. But I would wait for a sell because you make more money if it goes below the head here, right? Heading towards the support that we have seen on the higher time frames. So the higher time frames is your friend. You want to chart up everything in the higher time frames, but you want to enter the market in the lower time frames. So what we're waiting for right now is just trying to see where is this going to go. Okay, is it going to go above this fair value gap and create a trend change within this area here? Okay, or is it going to go up to this fair value gap and bounce off this area again to go lower? Okay, only time will tell. But as you can see, you got some candles that are pushing above this fair value gap, right? But we have a candle right here that is called a gravestone candle, which is a reversal. So this candle, sometimes it's fake outs. That's why it's really important to understand your candles. This could be a fake out, but usually a gravestone will tell you, okay, it was going up here, but it's going to reverse. But then again, it could be a fake out candle as well. So as you can see, it's pushing up to the next fair value gap. Got a lot of bullish activity here because this candle is bullish is bigger than the previous candle, okay, which is that gravestone. So let's just see what happens the next couple of minutes to see if it'll blow past this area. Because if it blow past this area, then we need to find out, okay, is it going to go back to this level of resistance where the head is? Okay, because if it does that, then you have another market shift, right? You have another market shift. So my guess is going to get to this area and come back down. That's my guess. So you can actually mark up your chart in anticipation. Okay, in anticipation, because we're right here. I'm anticipating it's going to go within this fair value gap. Okay, and then go lower. Okay, that's my guess right there, because we're in a downtrend based on the higher time frames. Okay, so that's my guess. Now we could wait for that to develop and try to enter the market based on that strategy. Okay, because it might just go past this area. Right, it might just go past this area, come back down and go higher. Okay, that's a possibility. The market will do whatever it wants. But as you can see, the shooting star right here is a tall tale sign that the market wants to trend lower. Okay, so it went into the fair value gap, right? And this is the most important candle. So this candle was the most important candle right there. Okay, so let me make that bigger for you guys. So that's an important candle. That candle right there gave the whole secret to you. If you knew, if you know, and when you learn about this candle, you can anticipate it trending lower. And it did on this particular candle. Okay. Now, here's a secret for you guys. When the candle goes down, when the clock goes down to zero, okay, and it pops up first, it's going to go down. If the candle goes down to zero and it pops down lower and you see black, it's going to go up. That's a little secret for you guys. So when this candle opened up, it popped up white first. So like it's if it was going to go up. But usually when that happens, it changes colors and goes back down. Okay. So let's just see what's going to happen. So the candle countdown's on the side here. So you got 42 seconds before this candle closes, right? Okay. And you guys probably already know what this candle is. That's a hammer. So when you know these candles, you can anticipate, like I would have definitely gotten the trade right here. Look at this strong bearish engulfing candle in front of the hammer. A hammer is a reversal candle, which means when you see a hammer followed by a shooting star, you're looking for a sell, right? You're looking for, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a sell. So I probably would have gotten in this area here for a sell for a 1 to 3. So let's say I got in on this candle here because I missed this candle up there. My stop loss is going to be right above the line here inside the fair value gap. And I'll stretch this out for a 1 to 3. Okay. 1 to 3, 1 to 2.5, it's up to you. So we're going to take it all the way down to the next level of support. So roughly right here, 1 to 3. Okay. Trying to get it perfect, but and this is what we do. We place this box here after we enter our trade, okay? And our stop loss is right above this red area, okay? And our take profit is down here, okay? And all we got to do now is set it and forget it. Don't change your stop loss. Don't change your take profit. So you just got to set it and forget it. Stop loss is up here. Take profit is down here. And you just wait for the market to go in your favor. And if it doesn't go in your favor, that's okay. Because you protected your principal. You always want to place a stop loss whenever you place a trade. Okay. And you always want to set a take profit, right? So we're anticipating this market, and I'll be watching it going forward. There's about 6 minutes left in this recording. So we're just going to sit here and watch it for 6 minutes to see how close can we get to our take profit. Okay. So pretty good trade right now. It's in our favor. Okay. Because we entered over here and we're in profit. So this green area is profit zone. Okay. Break even is over here where we entered. Okay. Stop loss is above. Okay. And we're waiting for the market to potentially go in our favor so that we can take some profits. So we can, cash in some green, depending on your lot size, it'll depend the size of your profit. If you're new to Forex trading, I definitely recommend that you trade in a demo account before you do a live account. And your lot size should be 0.01, okay, in your demo. That way you get a feel of your strategy, feel of the market going forward. Okay. So yeah, so a lot's going to happen within the next 4 minutes or so. So let's just sit here and watch to see if it's going to go in our favor. And that's pretty much what I do. Top-down analysis. I take a look at the overall structure of the market. I ask myself, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? From the 4-hour chart, I actually saw that we were in a downtrend. Then we went down to the 1 hour, then the 30-minute, then the 15-minute, the 5-minute, and then the 1 minute. I place a trade in the 1 minute. Typically, I place it on the 5-minute. Okay, and I stretch it out for a 1 to 3. Okay, usually 1 to 3, 1 to 2.5, depending on how I feel. Because this particular trade, as you can see down here, is where support is, right? Support is down here. So I didn't stretch it all the way down to support. I just want enough to cash in based on my analysis, right? It's based on your analysis. And it's going to take time. You can always rewatch this video, take notes, and ask yourself, okay, what exactly did Wells do? He did a top-down analysis. Okay. He determined what trend he's in. Okay. He started reading the candles to see what are the candles are telling him. Okay. So based on what he saw, he placed a trade on the 1 minute time frame, and he's looking for a 1 to 3 ratio. Okay. And yeah, I'll let you guys know how this trade develops because I don't have that much time on the recording here. Maybe do a part two to see if it'll come down to that area. So we're just gonna watch it for now. And if you're part of my private chat, I'll let you guys know if this was a winning trade. And again, we're trading Bitcoin versus the US dollar. Okay. Um, yeah, and let's just take a pause and see what's going to happen. We got like 2 minutes and 33 seconds. So right now, as you can see, it's in consolidation. It's just going sideways. Okay. Now in consolidation, you really don't want to be in consolidation because it's trying to make a decision whether it wants to go up or whether or not it wants to go down. But once it breaks consolidation, okay, it's got to come back, hit the box. You can put a box around it if you want in a consolidation. Typically, I would put a box around consolidation like this, you know, and then wait for it to come out of the box. Okay, so now we're in consolidation. So sideways movement is not going up, it's not going down, it's consolidating. So what it's doing is really gathering orders right now, a lot of buy orders and sell orders. And since we're in momentum of a downtrend, hopefully it will go in the direction of a downtrend and hit the take profit. So we'll just take a look to see what's going on. Yeah, I might do a part two. I want to definitely show you guys. I don't know how long it's going to take to get to that level, the take profit level. But I'm just going to watch it, see what's going on. But I actually like this trade. I like the analysis. I like what I saw. And you can only do what you can do. You see something favorable, you take the trade. If it goes in your favor, you applaud it. If it goes against you, you just reset and try and try and try again. You don't ever fail until you quit. Remember that. You never fail until you quit. If you stop trading, that's when you fail. So always keep practicing, 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 and do your due diligence and do your analysis based on what you see. Okay. All right. So, all right. With that being said, I'll probably do a part two. If not, thank you so much for joining the training today. Thank you for participating. Thank you for viewing it. Share, like, and tell your friends about this channel. And you guys have a great, 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 great week. Much success this trading week. Bye for now.